Hi, yes, I'm meteorologist Paul Dorian here on Friday, February 17th. A couple of mild days in store for today and tomorrow, but there will definitely be a strong mid-Atlantic storm on Sunday, and there's still some questions as to the exact storm track. Right now, it looks like the best chance for significant snowfall from this storm will be across the Washington, D.C. area on Sunday afternoon and evening from Washington up to about Baltimore. So Philadelphia appears to be right on the northern fringes, so that the southern half of the Philadelphia region could receive some accumulating snow. Let's say Philly across the Delaware County and the southern half of Chester County, whereas upper Bucks and Montgomery County could escape with little, if any, snowfall as it stands right now. And New York City and Boston may just be a little bit too far north to get any accumulating snow. However, a slight shift in this storm track can make a big difference here. As we'll talk in a moment or two, there will be a sharp gradient in the snowfall accumulation amounts from south to north. In other words, there can be some significant snow in one area and just 50 miles to the north, little if any snowfall at all. Let's take a look at this weekend system here. We'll just focus on that as, again, just mild conditions for today and tomorrow. This is the North American model, the NAM forecast model at 500 millibars, the upper part of the atmosphere, for tomorrow night about 1 a.m., early Sunday morning. A couple things I want to point out here. First of all, here's the system in the southern stream of the jet stream that was over Baja, California yesterday. This is playing the major role in the development of the storm over the next 24 hours or so. Now, farther to the north, notice the wind flow pattern here into the northeastern part of the U.S. These lines kind of converge together. This is called a confluence zone, and this is going to play a couple of major roles in the Sunday situation. First of all, with a confluence in the upper part of the atmosphere, this leads to high pressure development down at the lower part of the atmosphere. In other words, high pressure will be developing on Sunday up to the north of the Mid-Atlantic region, and that is important because that'll be the cold air source. Despite the fact that temperatures tomorrow can be 50 degrees or so, we do have the potential for cold air to develop as this high pressure kind of strengthens to our north later on tomorrow night into Sunday, thanks to this confluence in the upper part of the atmosphere. Now, the other thing this confluence pattern does here in the upper part of the atmosphere is it tends to cause a sharp gradient in the precipitation amounts, again, from south to north here. As we'll see in a moment here, a lot of the precipitation has a real sharp cutoff, it looks like, and just going 50 miles in one area with significant snow to 50 miles to the north can have zero snowfall from this particular pattern, thanks in large part to this confluence zone that will set up early in the Sunday situation. Now here's the 500 millibar map from the NAM model 24 hours later, or Sunday night around midnight or 1 a.m., early Monday morning. Notice that here's the southern feature, and there is also a northern wave. They don't quite phase together here by the time the storm reaches the East Coast. Maybe just after the storm heads off the East Coast, they may phase together, and the storm will continue to intensify. This, of course, is still 48 hours away, so we'll monitor this particular situation to see if the phasing can occur a tad earlier. Still 48 hours to go, so a lot of details have yet to be worked out. Well, let's now take a look at three different computer forecast model surface maps for Sunday evening. This will be the NAM model first, then the GFS model, and then the Euro model. Well, as we noted a while ago, there is a high pressure system here Sunday night. Again, this is kind of poking its way into the northeastern part of the U.S. This is going to supply the colder air, despite the fact that temperatures may be 50 degrees or so on Saturday. There will be that cold air source developing Saturday night into Sunday, so that will not be necessarily a problem for accumulating snow. Now, this is the NAM model. Another thing we pointed out was kind of a sharp gradient here from south to north, and that will, in fact, mean that some areas may get significant snow, but 50 or 75 miles to the north may get no snow at all. Right now, this has the Philadelphia region kind of in the northern fringes, New York and Boston just to the north, but the D.C. area, maybe D.C. to Baltimore, could get socked with anywhere from maybe 3 to 6 inches of snow, depending on, of course, temperatures. But right now, I think 3 to 6 inches is a likely accumulation across the D.C. area. Here, the storm from the NAM model is shifting just off the Carolina coast, and we'll see it's not too different from the other models. Let's now take a look at the GFS model. And here's the GFS model for Sunday evening. And again, not too different from the NAM model with the storm center right off the North Carolina coast. A pretty sharp cutoff here with the significant precipitation amounts, where D.C. and Baltimore get socked in with significant snow. Philadelphia right on the northern fringes, and again, New York and Boston looks like they may escape as of now. Now let's take a look at the last night's European model. This is last night's European model run off of Dr. Ryan Maury's website. This model has been a little bit to the south compared to the U.S. models, the GFS and NAM. Here it's a little bit farther to the south along the North Carolina coast as of Sunday evening, with kind of a cutoff again right over the Pennsylvania-Maryland border, with D.C. getting some snow, but Philadelphia right on the northern edge, and New York and Boston in the clear. So we'll obviously monitor this over the next 6 to 12 hours or so. The model's coming in a couple hours. We'll post an update this afternoon, but for right now, it looks like the best chance for significant snow out of this is across the D.C. metropolitan region, maybe up to Baltimore. Philadelphia may get some accumulating snow in the southern half of the region, especially. New York and Boston seem to be in the clear right now, but a small shift can have a big difference in results. So stay tuned to the SIweather.com. I'm meteorologist